What's going on, guys? Marcus Crockett back with another video. So in this video, I really just want to talk about like what commercial cleaning really is and how it's different from residential cleaning and why I think that commercial cleaning is way more profitable. So with that said, let's get into it. Really quick though, shout out to everybody who has signed up to get their walkthroughs and have gotten their walkthroughs. Shout out to the people who just signed up to get their walkthroughs. Now, for the people who've already gotten them, who've already experienced, who already have been out and met with decision makers and submitted their proposals, guys, I told you that these walkthroughs are going to come fast. I already told you that. So be ready. For the people who just signed up within the last 2-3 days, guys, your time is coming. I promise you that. Be ready when you get that email that says that your appointment is on such and such date with this person at this address. So make sure you're ready for it. Okay, so commercial cleaning and residential cleaning. Let's talk about the residential stuff first. Okay. And the residential is pretty much like self-explanatory. This is where people are going to live. These are going to be your houses. These are going to be your apartments. These are going to be your condos. These are going to be your townhouses. This is where people get up, they live, they go to sleep, they cook in their kitchens, and then you go in and you do the cleaning work there. When I first started, I did maybe 1 or 2 of those, and I realized like, yo, this is not for me. I'm not feeling this. I don't want to have anything to do with residential cleaning. So I went ahead and I'm into commercial space, right? I'm in the commercial space. So here's how these two different. Your commercial space, 9 times out of 10, it's only going to be where you work. And I'm going to explain that a little bit further here in a second, but it's only going to be where you work. They're going to be in commercial districts. They're going to be that you're not allowed to live there most of the time. You're not allowed to live in these places. These are going to be your hospitals. These are going to be your dental offices. These are going to be your optometry centers. These are going to be your schools. These are going to be your churches, so on and so forth. These are, they're commercial buildings. They are zoned for commercial, right? Your residential stuff is zoned for residential. Now, this is the reason why I say that you're not going to live there most of the time, right? So there are some cases when you'll have certain things, certain businesses, or certain places that are zoned for commercial and residential or mixed use, right? They can be mixed use. And these businesses typically are like your daycares, or you could be allowed to have a business at your place of residence. And those don't typically have to be zoned for mixed use. Depending on where you are, what city, what state, what county, they may say, hey, you can go ahead and you can have a daycare here. This has happened to us on a couple of different occasions where I said, okay, going into this daycare, we're not going to do any of the house cleaning, right? We're just not going to do it. And we'd get the account. And my staff, they're in there working, they're doing their thing, and then sooner or later, this always happens, sooner or later they'll say, hey, well, do you guys, since we didn't have school today, can you guys come in and do the restroom or do the kitchen or something like that? And for the first couple of times, I asked my staff if they were okay with doing it. They were okay with doing it, but then as time went on, they wanted us more and more and more into the house, and I never bid for anything in the house. I just typically just want to stay away from the house. So that led us that led me to make the decision that was best for us, that even daycares that are attached to a house, I don't want anything to do with those. And here's why. This is the reason why. There's so many resources that go into staffing an account, that goes into the logistics of an account. A lot of the times, these daycares that are connected to houses, they're not always right off the freeway. The 2 that we had, they weren't off the freeway. You had to kind of move around a little bit. So it's a harder sell for me to sell someone on taking an account if it's way out of the way, right? It's an easier sell for me to say, okay, I have an account for you that's in this city, and 3 miles away, there's another one here, 4 miles away, there's another. So it makes things easier for who's ever doing the cleaning logistically. Now, if I have a W-4 worker in there, and the W-4 worker, like, I have to pay for that travel time, right? I have to pay for them to go from place to place to place. It just doesn't make sense for me to send someone 20 minutes, off of the freeway in a completely opposite direction where they're going to have to go once they get done with that. So that's one thing. The other thing is this: when it comes down to doing commercial cleaning, there's so many other niches that's involved that you can branch off of. So what are those niches? These are some of the things that I'm talking about. You can do carpet cleaning. Carpet cleaning is a completely separate thing. Like you can make a business that's solely around carpet cleaning by itself. It falls under the commercial cleaning umbrella, but it can be its own thing. There are people who make so much money by just doing carpets. The same thing goes for windows. In commercial buildings, there's a ton of windows, especially if you're in a place like downtown, or you're on one of the main streets in your city or your town or whatever. If you're on one of the main roads, there's a ton of buildings, there's a ton of windows. You can make a lot of money. And to be honest with you, I'm going to tell you something that you maybe didn't know. If we're looking at things from a profitability standpoint, those specialty jobs, your strip and wax, your carpet cleaning, your windows, those things usually are more profitable than commercial cleaning. If I'm being honest with you, if I'm being honest, and I'm here to tell you the truth, I'm going to tell you that most of the time they're more profitable. Now, here's the thing though, and me knowing that now, being almost 8 years in, right? Me knowing that those other jobs are more profitable, then why don't I just focus on doing those other jobs? So here's why I don't focus so much on doing those other jobs, because my main thing wasn't necessarily it wasn't profitability. I wasn't looking so much at profitability. Yes, being profitable is important, but I like consistency. And when you go, how many times, a month is one company going to need their windows done? How many times a month are they going to need their carpets cleaned? You know what I mean? So I'm looking at consistency. I would rather, just for me, I would rather say, okay, I know for sure. I just left a walkthrough right now, and it's crazy. It's a daycare, right? I just left a daycare, and I know that they want me in there. They want the company in there 5 nights a week, right? 5 nights a week, and the contract is going to go on as long as we're doing a good job. As long as we're doing a good job, and as long as they continue to be the people who they presented themselves to be today, right? So as long as management doesn't change, or someone comes in and they decide, well, my nephew has this or that, or they're just going to wait for the contract to run out and then give the contract to someone else. That's happened before too. But as long as they continue to be who they presented themselves to be, a year, 2, 3, 4 years down the line, then I know for sure that we're going to be in there 5 nights a week. Or, they may change it 3 nights a week based on the need. But I know that I can build a business based on that consistency. And you got to look at things from your staffing standpoint too, right? You want people, when people get jobs, or when people accept contracts, whether if they're a subcontractor, they need consistency, because they're going to want to make sure that they know that they have a paycheck coming every, a month or 2 weeks, or however you agree, right? Or they want to make sure that not only are they getting paid, but now they can put their staff into these places and they can count on that consistency. So I built my whole business. I built everything based on consistency. Are there times when we'll take on a carpet cleaning job? Yes, we're taking on a carpet cleaning job this Saturday, right? But this is something that happens with an account, maybe, depending on the traffic on the account, maybe twice a year or once a quarter, depending on the traffic. But this is something, you can do commercial cleaning, right? You can do the commercial stuff, and then make sure that you put into your contract, or not necessarily in the contract, but additional services. Like we offer these services, boom, 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 whether it's window washing, carpet cleaning, electrostatic spraying, whatever it is, you could put these things into your contract, or at least let the customer know that these are services that we provide. So now you're getting the consistency from the weekly commercial cleaning janitorial side, and you're also going to get everything on the back end as far as any strip and wax or carpet cleaners or window. At least you'll have the first opportunity to be able to present them with a proposal so that your company can get the job. And I'm going to let you in on a secret. Here's a secret. If you're already in the account and you're already doing a good job, 9 times out of 10, they're going to come to you first. They don't want to give a stranger off the street another set of keys, or give them alarm code, or come in on their Saturday, on their weekend, and babysit another company. They're going to say, hey, we already know your company. We trust your company. We do business with your company. We believe in your company. If you say that your company can do this, right, they're going to give you an opportunity. Just make sure that you do a good job when you do it. It's as simple as that. So when it comes down to looking at like commercial cleaning versus residential cleaning, no knock at all to the people who make money in residential cleaning. You can make a lot of money in it, but it just comes down to me and how I am and how I wanted to build my business. If I had to do this all over again and start completely from scratch, I would choose the route that I chose. I would do it a million times over. I always pick this side just because there's so many opportunities for growth. There's so many avenues, right, that you can get money, that you can grow your companies. And that's really my whole thing, guys. So if you're in the beginning and if you're confused on which side you can go, I'm not going to tell you to pick this side over that side. Go ahead, stick your foot in the water, figure out what works best for you, right? And then build your business from there. If you are in commercial, or if you want to get started in commercial, go ahead, feel free, reach out. I have consultation links down below. I hate to keep talking about it, but the course actually is done. I'm just waiting on a few things from my developer before we can go ahead and tie all the knots together and make it come together. But yep, the course is coming. That should be available here real soon. And then also too, if you're looking for a walkthrough, remember the links are down below. We have 30 days. We will get you a walkthrough, or we don't get you a walkthrough, money back, right? You get your money back. There's absolutely no risk involved. So guys, that's it for today's video. Like I say, in the game of business, spectators, they're going to sit on the side and they're going to watch, but hustlers are going to get into the game so they can win. Guys, I'm always dropping jewels. Just make sure you're in position to pick them up. You do that by liking, commenting, and subscribing. Once again, my name is Marcus Crockett. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.